After walking 30,000 steps, it felt like my muscles were shortening. Seriously, everything was tighter than I expected. So you saw my video where I walked 30,000 steps in a day. Yeah, that was intense. But honestly, what came after that? It was just as important, if not more. But let me tell you, the recovery wasn't just about chilling on the couch. Although there was a lot of that, this recovery taught me more about my body than I ever expected. So today I'm going to walk you through exactly what I did to bounce back from the hydration hacks that saved me to how my sleep became a superpower. So let's jump right into it. Day 1 after walking 30,000 steps. I thought my legs were going to stage a rebellion. My body felt like a car that had just finished a marathon race with its engine running on fumes. I knew I had to let it rest. But what I didn't know was just how important active recovery was going to be. Instead of going full lazy mode, I chose something different. I started with the light walk. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Another walk after all that? But this time, it was slow, gentle. The kind of walk where your body thanks you rather than curses at you. It's like sending a message to your muscles, we're not done yet, but we're taking it easy. Now, here's the funny thing. I never realized how much water mattered until after that walk. After I finished the 30,000 steps, I thought I've earned a break. But what I really earned was dehydration. The next morning, my legs felt tight and my energy was gone. That's when it hit me. Water. And more importantly, electrolytes were my best friend. I started drinking way more water than usual. Water mixed with pink chameleon salt and electrolyte drinks. And it wasn't just about guzzling it down, it was about pacing it. Every time I felt my energy dip, I'd sip. It was like charging a battery that had run too low, and slowly my body felt back to normal. Before this, I thought stretching was something you only needed after a run or workout. But after walking 30,000 steps, it felt like my muscles were shortening. Seriously, everything was tighter than I expected. So every morning for the next few days, I dedicated 10 to 15 minutes of stretching. Nothing fancy, just the basics. Stretching my hamstrings, calves, and especially my lower back. It wasn't just about flexibility. It felt like releasing my muscles from a tight knot. And you know what? After a few days, I was standing taller and feeling way more comfortable in my own body. If you've never done this after a big walk or workout, trust me, it's a game changer. Alright, confession time. I didn't think too much about footwear before this challenge. I had decent sneakers, right? But after that many steps, I knew my feet needed extra love. The day after my walk, I switched to cushioned shoes. You know, the kind that feels like walking on clouds. My feet immediately thanked me. I even tried some recovery sandals, and let me tell you, those things are magic. If you're going to put your feet through that much work, don't just throw any old shoes afterward. Your feet are the MVPs of this whole process. Treat them like it. Here's something I didn't expect. After walking 30,000 steps, sleep became the superpower for recovery. I'm talking deep, uninterrupted sleep, like I hadn't had in ages. One day I felt like I was crashing, and I slept the next day without setting an alarm. After that kind of physical strain, your body craves rest, and for the next few nights, I made sure to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep, no distractions. I stayed away from screens and dimmed the lights and let my body do its thing. The result? I woke up each day feeling refreshed and, more importantly, ready to move again. At the end of it all, I learned something important. Pushing yourself to 30,000 steps or any big challenge is only half the journey. The other half, recovery. You have to give your body the tools it needs to heal and bounce back. Hydration, stretching, proper footwear, solid sleep, and taking the time to just rest. That's what makes all the difference. So whether you're walking 5,000 or 30,000 steps, remember that how you recover is just as important as the steps you take. I would love to hear about your recovery routines. What works for you? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Take better care of yourself after your next big walk. And hey, if you found any of those tips helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going for a walk. This time, maybe just 5,000 though. Let's go!